Here are the top 10 most expensive Pokemon cards from Chilling Reign, plus 3 cards that I believe to be great value buys right now. I'm just Crackerpacks, and I'm here to collect stuff and help you learn all about the world of Pokemon Shiny Cardboard. Let's get into it. First off, as always, let's introduce the set. Originally released on June 18th, 2021, Chilling Reign was the 6th main expansion of the Sword and Shield generation. Chilling Reign focused on the Crowned Tundra, the second game expansion of Sword and Shield, headlining Ice Rider Calyrex and Shadow Rider Calyrex, as well as the Galarian regional forms for Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. Chilling Reign also continued the VMAX gimmick. In the TGC gameplay, both Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX and Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX saw pretty good success in tournaments for quite a long time, especially as later sets started to add other headliners. Finally, Chilling Reign continued the trend of having alternate arts, the rarest pullable cards since the Gold Stars. In fact, there is a huge amount of alternate arts in this set with 13 alone. That's the second highest, I believe, next to Evolving Skies. So this is a heavily slept on set. So let's get into the cards now so you can see how awesome this set was. This was personally one of my favorites and was actually the set that got me back into collecting. Alright, first off at number 10. Starting off with a maximum size legendary, currently running around $46.09 for an ungraded copy, dropping down to $40.77 for a grade 9, and jumping back up to $192.91 for grade 10s, we have an Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX alternate art. I think this is a really cool card, but it's just a testament to how cool some of the other cards on this list are that this is at number 10. Number 9. This Galarian Legendary is one of my personal chases in this set, going for $57.41 ungraded, $57.77 for a grade 9, and $158.75 for grade 10s. We have the Galarian Articuno V alternate art. Articuno is my personal favorite Pokemon, so anything Articuno related is going to be a chase for me. Number 8. This electric little mythical Pokemon takes slot 8. This card is currently going for $57.88 ungraded, with grade 9s going for $66.63 and grade 10s going for $159.99. It's the Zeraora V alternate art. This card is absolutely aesthetically pleasing. It's such a cool looking card. Zeraora is adorable in it. And you can definitely see the Crown Tundra in the background. It's an awesome card. Definitely look into it. Number 7. This Galarian regional form is currently sitting for $59.09 ungraded, with PSA 9s currently dipping down to $51.71, and PSA 10s are going for $121.81. We have the Galarian Rapidash V alternate art. This card is so cool. It's so pretty. It's magical, whimsical. Whatever word you want to put for it, it's definitely worth adding to your collection. Number 6. This Galarian Speedster makes its legendary debut at number 6. This fighting type is going for $63.58 for an ungraded copy. PSA 9s are going for $58.89, and PSA 10s are running around $155. It's the Galarian Zapdos V alternate art. While I think this design is fairly cool, this really isn't my favorite of the new Galarian Legendary Bird Trio, but it's still a pretty aesthetically pleasing card. A lot of action is going on in the scene, so if you happen to get this in your collection, good for you. This is a cool card, to be honest. Let's take a break from our rankings and introduce our first buy of the set. Just a quick reminder, guys, none of this is financial advice. Recommendations on this list are simply cards that I believe are either currently undervalued and have the potential to be great buys for your collection, or they're currently just being overlooked, so it might have a potential to be a great buy right now. Always do your own research before buying anything, and that goes for any commodity, anything in life, life advice here. Always do your own research before you buy anything. Okay, with that out of the way, let's get to our buy card. This first buy is an absolutely stunning full art of the Galarian Dark Legendary Bird, the Galarian Moltres full art. Here's my reasoning. This set is primarily alt art driven, which means a majority of collectors are focused on those alt arts right now. This card is by no means going to be a top tier price. However, as we've seen on what's going on with the Sun and Moon currently right now, many of the top tag team full arts are going for fairly high prices, and these are just the full arts. These are not the alternate arts. So some full arts from the Sword and Shield may have a chance to increase at least modestly in value. Currently, this card is only about $10.14 ungraded. I think it's maybe 45 bucks around a PSA 10. And this card is just plain stunning. I think it's absolutely beautiful for a full art. So I personally think it's worth a look for if you like this kind of artwork. Anywho, don't forget to drop a like on this video and subscribe to my channel so you can see more cool content. Let's get back to the rankings. Number 5. Another Galarian form to claim a spot on this list, seeing a massive spike in the last few months alone. Currently running around $69.13 for ungraded copies, $77.49 for PSA 9s, and $171.41 for PSA 10s. We have the Galarian Slowking V alternate art. Funny enough, this was actually the first card I ever pulled coming back to the hobby in my very first pack. So you got me hooked on this. So I have a lot of nostalgia for this card. I'm so pumped to see this card is getting some love. Number 4. Calyrex's other form maxes out at number 4 in a stunning fashion, costing $80.59 for an ungraded copy, dropping slightly down to $80.31 for a grade 9, and going for $120.92 for a grade 10, we have the Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX alternate art. This card is absolutely beautiful. I love the nighttime scene. I love the somewhat haunting but beautiful aesthetic to this card. I think this is an extremely underrated card. So I think we could see this card increase even further in value as the years go on, but definitely worthy of being at least number 4. All right, we're entering number 3. In the top 3, let's go. This is the only non-alternate art card to make the top 10 list, and it's none other than the immovable Pokemon from Kanto. Ungraded copies are currently going for $85.56 and $86.27 for grade 9s, then jumping up to $183.53 for grade 10s. We have the Snorlax Secret Rare Gold card. Now, all of you OG collectors from the Red and Blue days remember how much of a pain Snorlax was until you got the Pokeflute. But Snorlax has been a fan favorite ever since then, so it's awesome to see Snorlax get some love. Now it's time for our second buy of the day. While the Calyrex VMAX cards may have taken some spots in the top 10, the Vs have flown fairly under the radar right now, leading us to our second buy of the day, the Ice Rider Calyrex V alternate art. This card has such a cute scene, and it's only $17.01 for ungraded copies. That's an absolute steal for an extremely rare card. Also, the reasoning behind this is that the Galarian Slowking was around the same price for an extremely long time. If you've been watching it, it's actually had recent surges in pricing, going from roughly 20 bucks all the way up to like 70 bucks in the past few months. That means that this card could be one of the next movers as the top cards on this list start to kind of reach their current ceiling. Collectors may start looking at some of the underrated cards or the cards that have flown under the radar, like this card, to try to get some value. So you might want to look at this card before others do. Now on to our number 2 most expensive card on this list. The Galarian Bird of Darkness claims this second slot, going for $194.55 ungraded, and dropping down to $173.50 for grade 9s, before finally hopping up to $359.01 for grade 10s. We have the Galarian Moltres V alternate art. This card is absolutely beautiful. It's haunting. While Articuno may be one of my top chases just due to the fact that I love Articuno, this card is one of my chases just for how absolutely beautiful it is. If you have this card, you are certainly lucky. Before we get to our number 1 and our top buy for the day, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done it already. Also, let me know in the comments what your favorite card was from this video. On to our number 1. This Hoenn starter takes a kaiju-like stance at number 1, currently going for a respectable $381.07 ungraded, with grade 9s currently running around $357.50, and PSA 10s leaping up to $628.98. We have the Blaziken VMAX alternate art. I was so pumped to be able to pull this card. I pulled this card in the wild. It blew my mind. It's such a cool scene. Blaziken's bringing back that kind of old school Godzilla kaiju vibe, and you have the whole Inteleon line up on the skyscraper trying to fight it. It's a cool scene. You can understand why this card is one of the top chase cards out of the Sword and Shield era. For our final buy of the day that I believe is arguably the top undervalued card in this set, at least by my opinion, I believe that that card is the Shadow Rider Calyrex V alternate art. My reasoning is that it has all of the same pros as the Ice Rider Calyrex V alternate art, but with an additional benefit or two. It is arguably one of the coolest artworks in the set, at least in my opinion. I think it's better than the Ice Rider Calyrex V alternate art. I think it's better than some of the artwork on some of the cards that are higher up on the set. It's currently only sitting at $24.83 ungraded, so it's relatively cheap, and the artwork is haunting, it's beautiful, it's spooky, it's elegant. I almost get a little bit of like a Sleepy Hollow vibe from this card, kind of like a Halloween-y vibe. So for you Halloween lovers, this card might be something you want to look for. I think it's criminally underrated. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next, and remember to smash that like button if you haven't done already. Also, make sure you stay tuned for our next video where we'll look at the top 10 Sableye Pokemon cards plus 3 undervalued buys. That should be coming out hopefully around Saturday. It depends on when I get this video out, but we'll see. We'll see. It should be out in the next few days. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Take care.